The narcissist, a real one, all right? And I mean an actual narcissist who's narcissistic because they have a serious disorder. Like I'm talking about like a 30 point, not even that high, like a 26 point or higher psychopath or someone who suffers from covert narcissism. I'm talking about like an actual severe disorder that doesn't have to do with just the psychology, but the psychiatry of it, the physical brain. You can physically see it. These tend to get older or worse when people get older. They're not really too manageable. But even if you are able to manage it or manage someone with it, just know it does get worse. It cannot get better because the brain physically alters more with that disorder through time. So that's a bummer. But anyway, with a true narcissist, their standard of your living is very low. And they will push their standard of what they require on you, your low standard of living, which they require on you. It will be whatever is beneficial toward them. They could want something like your stuff, your money. They will be offended when you do not give it to them. They'll tell you that you don't need it and all that stuff. So, unless you absolutely need it in order to stay alive, then you don't need it. You should give it to them. Other times, it's deeper. Sometimes they will want you to apologize, not even to them, but to your abuser. You will have an abuser that will want you to apologize because of a harm they inflicted on you. And they will try to manipulate how what they did to you means that you owe them an apology. And another abuser will see this, and if they're an authority over you, will tell you and manipulate you to do it. Say, it's just words. You don't even have to mean it. But together, they both know what they're doing. And it can be a group of abusers in the workplace all coming together, making you out to be the bad guy because how us victims of abuse, how we sympathize with each other and we support each other. That feeling is the same feeling that abusers have, and they sympathize with each other because they all get off on your abuse. So it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous when you get someone who has got complete lack of empathy for what you went through, and they're like, "Oh, just apologize to them for this. Oh, you don't have to mean it. Oh, you're not going to need that. Just give it away." They don't care about your attachment to things. They don't care about your need for things, and they don't care about your loss of healthy things. When you run into this type of behavior, always resist. And it's difficult because sometimes you can't. My parents forced me to apologize to my psychopathic sister who constantly hurt and abused me. As I got older, my mom laughed and said, "Yeah, she was always like that. I remember when you were a baby and I walked in the room and I was like, 'What are you doing?' And you were bleeding all through your arms." And she said it wasn't her. And I looked at her fingernails and saw blood in your skin because she liked to pinch you till you bled. So I would always know it was you. I remember one day she wanted attention and she was mad at me because I came home with you. So she looked at me and she put her hand right in the fireplace and screamed because she wanted my attention. I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "And you never got her help?" It's like, "No. It was just easier to make you obey her so she would have someone she could abuse and take that out on." What the hell? So my mom was a sociopath, my dad was a psychopath, my sister was a psychopath, my ex-wife was a covert narcissist, which is scary. So that's why I've studied these things. I've really learned how they function, how they think, and it is difficult because you cannot relate to such a healthy minded person cannot relate to such evil, vile craziness where they do it just to get off on it. You know what I mean? But trust me, that is unfortunately very common with narcissistic abusers. They will team up together. They will take whatever they can from you emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is, and it's simply because they like to cause that harm. And if they got whatever they were able to get from you anyway, they're just going to throw it away. It's your integrity, throw it away. Your money, integrity, that item, whatever. They don't care. What they wanted was to take it from you. So be careful with that, because the more that you give them, the more they feel entitled to not just your stuff, but to you.